This is Severe MMA. We're alongside Jack Marshman, just a couple of weeks out of his return to the cage, UFC London, and taking on a UK export in Brad Scott, a last-minute replacement. What do you think of that?
Yeah, it's a really good fight for me, I think. Like, we've trained together before, I've sparred with him and stuff, so I know a lot about him, he knows a lot about me, I'm confident going into that fight. It's a good fight for me, definitely.
I guess you can't be surprised that people sort of are stepping up when an opponent pulls out. Were you maybe surprised that it was Brad?
No, we're not friends. I've known him for years. We've been on the same scene now. We'd fight anyone really. It don't make a difference. It's fair play to him for stepping up. I think he was aiming for a fight on London anyway, so I don't think it's so much. He's like just jumped in at last minute. I think he was already in the States. I think I seen on his Facebook months ago that I think he might have even been matched up or something like along them lines, because he did say he put up some initials of who he was fighting in London or something, but nothing ever came of it. So then that came through as soon as the other guy pulled out.
Welterweight.
Yeah.
Why the step down now?
I'm tiny middleweight. You know what I mean? I have been for years, and it's, you know what I mean. The last fight, obviously the guy's a brilliant grappler anyway, but just the massive size advantage he had over me on it was just adding to making it a tougher fight for me before I even got in there. So I was like, it just made sense really. Like, cause I make welterweight, it'll be tough, but this first time for me. I don't think I've ever been that light since I was like about 12.
We know Brad Scott's going to come in. He's going to come in swinging. He's going to come in and try and make things. That's the way he fights. You must see some holes in the game.
Yeah, well, you can't take too much away from when you've sparred with someone, really. You don't know if they was having a good day or bad day or whatever, But I know what Brad does. He's good. He's good at everything, not brilliant at anything. He's got good boxing. He's got good grappling. He's got good wrestling. It'd be a good fight all around. But I'm happy to show that my grappling and my wrestling's a lot better than what people have ever given me credit for. Because this is my 30th pro fight. I've only ever been subbed once. It's like I'm not the slouch that people think I am on the ground. So it's just a good fight to show a bit of all my thing. I'd like us to stand up and trade, and go for the bonus, you know what I mean? Because he's been in some pretty good fights. Like I've been in some good fights. So if we go in there and trade it out, I think we will have a great fight.
When it's two guys, I know you're Welsh, he's British, but it's guys from the UK. Was it just the right time, or was it just a matter? It just seems like we're getting these fights when they don't mean quite as much as they could.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it would be better to have, whatever. But in my eyes, it's a good fight. The other guy I was going to fight. I watched him. He was good. Completely different fight to Brad, but he was good. It would have been tough. But I think Brad's, probably a better fight for me at welterweight to start with, you know what I mean, to get me, get used to getting that weight down and get in.
And I'm assuming welterweight's going to be the home now for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, I'm sick of them fighting them giants, you know what I mean? It's like, I do well against tall guys and that, but it's, just the size advantage. I look like I'm in a different weight class when I'm fighting a lot of guys, you know what I mean? So it's cool to get in and not care about having a fight, but when you lose one or two and you think, if I was in there with a welterweight, I sparred with loads of good welterweights, UFC guys, and none of them got the power that I got. So I think it'll be a good step for me. I think if go out now, put a good show on for beat Brad and really make a run. Yeah.
We've got Brett Johns, we've got yourself. Jack Shore can't be too far behind. The Welsh are starting to come. How much longer do we wait before we get UFC Cardiff?
Oh, I'd love that. It's what we all want. Brett's on a tear at the minute. He's looking really good. He beat this Aljamain Sterling now, and I think he's going to start. They're going to start putting a lot more marketing into Brett. So that's one step closer to getting it over here. You know what I mean? They're trying to get that name, and he's.
You say the marketing, but an impressive finish over, one of your knockouts over Brad Scott. It's going to announce everyone.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely going to be part of it. I always put on good fights anyway, so I don't think they'd avoid me for a card. I think I put on exciting fights no matter what. Even wins and losses, I've put on some great fights. So I'm confident that we're heading in that direction. I just got to get these good wins now, and then probably they put a bit into me as well. So.
I can take nothing away from Brad Scott, but the fight goes the way that you expect it to. You come out with the win. I'm not asking you to call out the welterweights, but who makes sense next? You got to be starting to look around, going, well.
Yeah, do you know what? I've not really had a good look. I'd never even knew the guy I was meant to be fighting before, and he was on like a 4-fight win streak in the UFC. And so it's like it's loads of good fights. I think welterweight's probably the most stacked division, isn't it? So it's like I was more likely to break into the top 15 quicker in the middleweights, I think. But it's going to be tough to do it in welterweights. You've got some big names in there, good names. So I'd like to get another 2 good wins this year. After the Brad Scott one, and then hopefully get a big name fight. That's what I really want. You know what I mean? It'd be cool.
Well, you talking about like fighting up the card. We look at a welterweight like Darren Till, who essentially I don't care what he talked his way into that position, and then what is it? Is that the kind of thing you do? Are you looking at like a Cerrone after? Are you looking at a name like that? Because he asked and got. It just amazes me. People are going, "Fuck me, I'll take that fight."
Yeah, definitely. I've never been one for calling people out and talking shit and stuff, but if we all want to make big money, don't we? So,
amen.
So yeah, I want to put myself on a good little streak now, and then start asking for some big names, and I will actually start calling people out and looking who's actually in my division, because I don't really know.
The fight's only 2 weeks away. I presume training is winding down now. Is it about the weight? How are you feeling? And
probably the last hard week this week now, and then me and Gavin Reese will go to London week Tuesday, I think it is. So yeah, it's winding down. It's all about the weight thing, which is killing me. But
are we, I'm not going to ask. But are we close? Are we walking around where you want to walk around?
Yeah, slightly heavier than it was. Just this fucking last 2 days have been a nightmare with snow and everything shut. You can't go anything. I was out running the roads today in it, and it's just fucking hideous. It's like, but yeah, I classed yesterday as like my day of rest sort of thing. So we're on track. We'll get there definitely. I can make welterweight. I boxed 81 kilos, same day weigh-ins for years and years. You know what I mean? And there's like. But I was fighting at 93 kilos when I was 15, so I'm definitely fucking coming down. Like 77 will be good.
I'll ask you one more and I'll let you go. You hoping to get 3 or 4 in this year? Is that the?
I'd love to go for three good wins, quality over quantity.
All in Europe? Are you hoping to kind of spread them out?
I want to get on one of them Vegas cards. I seen Brett do it. I thought that's fucking brilliant, man. That's the dream, innit? You know what I mean? Fighting out in a big place, out in Vegas on a big card. Because I've been like on a lot of the fight nights quite regular, which is I'd like to get on a big card. You know what I mean? That's go out there now, put a big performance in against Brad. I really want to go for that bonus. I don't care whether it's fight of the night, knockout of the night. No, and I'm not talking about the money. I just want to put on a performance. You know what I mean? I want to put on a good fight.
That would leave you plenty of time to get ready for a fight in fight week. That July in Vegas, the big fight. You're available, right?
Yeah, definitely. I'd be all over that. I'd love. That's a dream. Like international fight week, and I've been on a card there. I don't care which one of the cards, because they do the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, don't they normally? But I'd be over the moon with that. That'd be the one.
Jack, it's always a pleasure catching up with you. We won't keep you long. We know you've got people, teams here fighting at Cage Wars 91. Thank you so much for your time, sir. Brad Scott, Jack Marshman, March 17th, UFC London. Thank you.